everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington. And before we dive into today's Kiki, which is looking into a deep dive on whether or not Diana Jenkins might be paying people, celebrities, aka D-listers, no tea, no shade, like Sheree Zampino, to post on her behalf, to windmill on her behalf, to combat all of her racist and negative press. We are going to do a deep dive into it. But before we do, you guys know the drill. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Also, be sure to share this with a friend because a kiki is always better with community. And check out the description box below and shop the Love collection. As always, everything in my video is alleged, rumored, and opinion-based. All video and images is protected by the fair use doctrine. And you are going to want to wait until the end because we are going to dissect the interview that took down Sheree Zampino. We are going to get into it, you guys. So with that, let's dive right on in. As you come in, my beautiful candy canes, be sure to say hi, drop your candy canes below. I am going to do the full deep dive, and then at the end, I will take all my candy cane questions and comments, but I'm going to lay it out first, and then we can dissect everything. So let's get started, okay? So first, let's start with the allegations. Let's start. So here we go. And for anyone who cannot see the screen, don't worry, I will read everything. I will read everything out loud so you'll be able to see everything. All right, let's get into it, guys. Let's get into it. So this is from @MadBeefs. It goes, allegedly, Diana Jenkins has paid a lot of people / celebrities to post things in support of her, and one of those people is actually Sheree. Other names are allegedly Jay Michaels, Elton John, and Neil Patrick Harris. Okay, now we already kind of know about Sheree, and that's the one I'm going to do the deep dive into because that's the one we have the most proof and the most evidence and the most receipts. Now, we've also seen Diana name drop Elton John every single time she has been on the show. He also FaceTimed her, I believe, in the season finale. So that could be true. She also has ran in his circle going to the Oscars party and all of that situation. So that could also be true as well. And don't forget, Jay Michaels, I don't even know who that is. Maybe, maybe not. Neil Patrick Harris, we all know that he was Doogie Howser and he has grown up to continuously be an actor. Maybe, maybe not. You know, he's kind of A-list. We'll see. We need more receipts on that. But there are the allegations that are out there. Now, let's move on to number 2, which is the pattern of trying to buy and to bully people into silence and into getting press. So now that we laid the foundation of the allegations, let's go into the pattern of behavior, okay? Now, this is the pattern of behavior. We all know that Diana Jenkins faked donating $100,000 to the Lion Air victims. That press release we all know was bogus. In the press release itself, it says that she basically pledged to give $100K, but not that she actually gave a dime. It also said that she started her own charity that she would use to funnel the money to the victims. But if you own the charity, that means you can take a percentage of whatever money comes through that charity. They're called administrative fees. So she could take 99.9% of whatever money is donated through that charity and pocket it. There is no guarantee that anything that people donate to her charity will actually get to any victims. And it was very gaslighty. It was very manipulative. It was very fake and fraudulent fake news to say that you donated 100K because you want a good look. You know what I mean? You're trying to clean up your image in the press and the media, but yet you actually didn't give any money at all. And you would make the victims apply to the money. And she also chose the airline victims because they're I believe it's Adelson came out, who is the victim's lawyers, and they're like, these victims actually, they've already been paid, not by Girardi, but through an insurance claim, because since it was fraud, the insurance covered it. And so that the victims were able to be made whole. So it's very convenient and very strategic that she would choose Lion Air victims, victims who already got the money, rather than victims who have not gotten the money. Because the victims who had not gotten the money, they'd be pretty keen on cashing in, right? They'd be pretty keen on getting their money. So she picked victims that she knew she could exploit. She has not paid a dime. Okay? She also said in the confessional that she only did it as a subliminal F you to the rest of the castmates and the audience, who was holding Erica accountable for the earrings, for saying she didn't care about anybody for herself, and about the victims that were out there. Okay? So she has a pattern of faking and buying and bullying. Next example, her fake lawsuit to find people behind Botgate. That is turning out to be just a sham. It's a low-key convert way for her to bully people like YouTubers and people on Twitter and content creators into not saying that they believe that she is behind Botgate, because she is naming those people in the like anonymous Botgate lawsuit. And so she's naming those people in that lawsuit as a way to intimidate them into silence, not actually because she wants to get to the bottom of who's behind Botgate. Don't forget, it came out in the part 1 reunion. Garcelle actually had her own private investigation into who was behind Botgate first. And then when Garcelle told it at the reunion, then Diana was like, oh, well, I have money and I have lawyers. Guess what, boo-boo? Garcelle has money and Garcelle has lawyers too. Just because you have ill-begotten money doesn't mean other people don't have coins too, okay? Garcelle doesn't need a handout the way Lisa Rinna does and the same way Erica Jane Girardi does. Garcelle doesn't need a handout from you, Diana. She has her own coins, and they're clean coins that she earned because she actually has a career based on her talent, not being on her back. But that's another video. So only after Garcelle said she had her private investigation did then Diana and then what? Okay, so this then that's what we saw. We saw publicly on social media Diana being like, "Oh, I'm doing this lawsuit. I'm gonna see who banned his bots." But we didn't know Garcelle was already doing it privately because we didn't get to see the reunion until a week ago, right? And Garcelle never publicly said anything because she was moving correctly. She was moving in silence, right? She was moving in private, which is how you really want to move when you really want to catch somebody doing something, rather than Diana being performative. She was just trying to counteract Garcelle's lawsuit. And it was also a low-key way to silence people from saying they thought she was behind Botgate. Another pattern of behavior with Diana, sending cease and desist to bloggers and press. This was huge, right? This was huge. She was sending cease and desist to Sherelle's World, to Dana Wilkie, to the Gawker, to NYC Reviews. I think that's what the person, Mel or something like that. I think that was that person's name was. And other people, in an effort to shut them down from repeating rumors and allegations that have been out there for decades about her being a high-class madame, about her, being a sex trafficker, right? All of those things. And those are two different things. I'll break it down super quick. And she's accused of both. She's accused of being a madame, which is basically a pimp. It's a female pimp. So she would secure children, women, men for sex in exchange for money. So she essentially was a pimp. She would prostitute out children and adults for sex in exchange for money. She was a pimp. Now, the other allegation is that she was also a human trafficker, that she would find vulnerable people, other refugees, and actually sell them, not just for sex, but actually sell them into, like, you know, sex slavery and also just like slavery. There are people who are, who will work for free for people. It even happens here in America. There are some people who may not have documentation and they're working for free just to not be called into ICE or whatever the case is. It's disgusting, and it happens every single day, and it happens more than you know. It really does. There are a lot of people who, you think slavery is a thing of the past, but it's really not. It's really, really not. There are a lot of people who are enslaved in plain sight. And that is the truth. So she was sending cease and desist, trying to clear up her name, trying to bully people and buy silence, right? She also was removing articles and images from Google. There were tons of articles on her alleged sex trafficking and being a madame. There was images of her and Asher when he was younger and other images. All of a sudden, those articles and images were sweeps from the internet. Now, when I go for Diana, all I see is 100K to Lion's Air, 100K to Lion's Air. Sherelle's World even said it. When she got the cease and desist, she said she went back to look up articles and they had magically disappeared from the internet, right? But luckily for Sherelle, she had printed out the articles and she had the proof. And unfortunately, fortunately for some people, unfortunately for others, you can buy any type of, digital agency and they can clean up your web presence. They can clean up the links, they can clean up the articles, they can clean up the images. So she has a pattern of behavior of bullying and buying good press and silence, right? And silence. All right. Now, let's move on to my next point. Okay. She exposed herself. No, actually, Garcelle exposed her ass on on part one of the reunion when she leaked the threatening text messages that she sent her, right? Okay, it says believe, and just for anybody who can't see, this is Diana texting Garcelle, okay? And this is right after Garcelle's 14-year-old son had posted one of the threatening texts that he had gotten during Botgate. And that text said, if it wasn't for your white daddy, we'd have our foot on your neck. If you tell your mom to leave Diana alone, or you will have to deal with you guys. That was the text that Jax received. And it mentioned Diana by name. And this was the whole conflict when Diana was like, oh, Jax needed to remove my name. Are you crazy? Why would Jax need to remove your name? Why would Garcelle protect you when she's trying to protect her son from you? Miss me, Diana. Okay. Now, this is the text message that Garcelle shared that Diana had sent to her, threatening her. Now, this is what Diana says to Garcelle. She said, believe me when I say, if anything happens to my children, you will be held legally responsible and no Bravo contract will stop me. I guess by making Sheree take down my birthday post, you wanted to solidify me as racist and actually ruin my life. Okay. First of all, why would Sheree tell you, Diana, that Garcelle asked her to take it down unless she had to answer to you for taking it down. And who do you have to answer to? You answer to your parents, you answer to people in authority, you answer to people who pay you. So why is Sheree answering to you? Did you pay her to post the birthday picture of you and her on your birthday on her Instagram? Did you pay her? Is that why she had to answer to you? Why she took it down? Did she say, hey, can I still keep the money? Can I still keep the cash? I had to take it down. Garcelle found us out. Can I still keep it? Why would Sheree snitch on Garcelle that Garcelle was bothered by it, which she should be? Because don't forget, this was during the height of Botgate. This was during the height of it. And this was during the height of when everyone was saying that Diana, and by proxy, Lisa Rinna and Erica Girardi, were in on it, right? They may have varying responsibilities in it, but it was pretty much assumed that all three of them at least knew about it, right? This was at the height of that. When Sheree posted Diana for her birthday in her Instagram post, right? So were you trying to, and then you said yourself, you wanted to solidify me as racist. Why would you even bring that up unless the only reason why you allegedly was paying Sheree to post you was to do damage control about your reputation? Why would you bring up solidify me as racist and actually ruin my life? Why would you bring that up? See, people always tell on themselves. They always tell on themselves. Why would you bring that up? You brought it up for a reason. Because you paid Sheree, allegedly, to post about you on your birthday because you wanted to do damage control, because people were calling you out, and you just told on yourself. Why would you even bring up Sheree? Why would you bring up the birthday post? And why would you bring up racism? Garcelle was talking about Botgate and her son. Not about Sheree, not about a birthday post. They always tell on themselves. Always tell on themselves. Okay, so now that we have all of that laid out, let's watch the interview that single-handedly destroyed Sheree Zambino. So we're going to watch the interview that Sheree did on Behind the Velvet Rope. After we watch it, then we will break it down and get into it, because this was the interview that ruined her. And honestly, this is the interview that pretty much proves, again, everything is alleged, rumored, and opinion based, but it really substantiates. Let me say this, because I don't want Diana coming after me. It substantiates the allegations or the assumptions or the opinions that Diana was paying Sheree. So let's watch the interview and then we will break it down. Okay, guys?
Because I'm a viewer, and it's entertainment for me. Now, when you start to do the show, it's a little more personal, and you want to be fair. And I did, because I understand reality. Yes, people say they can't use what you don't give them. That's true. But at the same time, you shoot thousands and thousands of hours of footage. They can't possibly show everything. So sometimes, many times, you can't see the full context of what's happened. So you're getting a snippet of somebody. You don't know them in totality. So I wanted to go in with being neutral. Like, no preconceived notions. Let me just go in and have this thing be organic. And that's what I did. And I was pleasantly surprised. I liked the ladies. I do.
Who shocked you, or who was like the most different than like kind of what, you were trying not to be preconceived, but you watched it. So you must have had some, like, who was kind of the most different? I would say
Erica. When I say the most different, I mean from what I thought she was to what I felt she was when I was actually in her presence and doing. I liked her. I respect her. I respect somebody who is honest and who's transparent and who's like, this is what it is, and puts it out there. And then I also like the fact that she takes responsibility You know, I like if she offends somebody or she says she will apologize, she will. That's what I saw. That was my experience. Yes, I've seen, I've seen episodes where it did not look like she did any of that, but my experience with her was not, from the previous seasons. It was just, I thought she was fair. I thought she was real. And Diana, same thing, super real, and I mean, I didn't have any, because this is Diana's first season, so I didn't know who she was at all. But yeah, but the ladies were fun.
I think that's just from someone that does what I do. I think that's the best advice I could ever give someone, of just like, when you're standing there and interacting and speaking, base it on that. Like,
Yes.
And so if you find someone's wonderful, who cares what you've watched? Because we all know how that works.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What was your first impression, I guess, of like some of the others, like Kyle, Lisa Rinna? Like, what was your first impression of working with them?
Kyle is Kyle. I mean, Kyle is Kyle. I gotta leave that as Kyle is Kyle. She's Kyle. She's everything I experienced prior to being on the show. So she was the one for me that was the truest to her TV persona. It's Kyle.
Right.
Who else?
Lisa Rinna.
Yeah, Lisa, it's funny because I saw a side to her that I thought was so maternal. I mean, very maternal. Like, I don't want to, when does this air? Because I don't want to give a spoiler alert.
It's going to air probably 2 weeks at least
Okay.
from right now. So you're probably not giving any spoiler alerts.
Because I don't know, honestly, you never know what they're going to use and what they're not going to use. But she was baking cookies for us. We were at her house, filming. And she's baking cookies and she's running around, her little hair and, bouncing around, making sure everybody's, cup is full and they have enough to eat. And like the cookies are coming out. And I was like, oh my God, like, she's like a grandma, because for me, my grandmother was so nurturing. Like, I just think of just that energy to take care of everybody. And I said to her, oh my God, I said, you're a grandma in a hottie body. And she did not take kindly to that. Because, and I said, oh my God, no. I said, I mean this as a compliment. I mean, I guess you hear the word grandma and, instantly you think somebody is calling you, I don't know, some older, knows?
I guess.
Older, but I just meant it in a very much, she's very maternal. So I was surprised by that.
Yeah, that's not, I think, what we think of Lisa Rinna as. What about Sutton and Dorit? What were your first impressions?
Well, Sutton I had met before. I met Sutton through Garcelle filming in the prior seasons. Sutton was, she's fun. She's interesting. I would say she's interesting. And so Sutton was Sutton. Dorit was, I thought Dorit was very sweet. I thought she was very sweet, and of course my heart went out to her because of what she had to endure. But I thought she was very sweet. And I didn't know if because she comes with all her designer stuff from head to toe. So, you just never know which people are going to make that stuff mean when they walk in a room. And she was so nice. She was really kind and really sweet.
Whose fashion? I mean, you say you're a fashion girl. We talk fashion, like just that, whose fashion are you most in awe of, so to speak, out of your castmates?
It would have to be Diana's. I mean, ridiculous. Like just the best of, just ridiculous.
You look at those bags.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
You're like, wait a second, what bag is that? And like, she's just like, oh, what? Like this bag. And you're like, wait, sweetie, like, let's back up just 5 minutes.
She's someone that I thought was interesting because it's like, she's got money, but money doesn't have her. I was very impressed with that.
And a lot of people say the opposite from what they're watching. They're saying, which, that's a big criticism of her. She's all about the money. All she cares about is money. All she talks about, you're saying the opposite.
I thought it was just, in my experience, it was just the opposite, you know. And sometimes when you come, I mean, she's, you know, when you're hundreds of millions, people already have preconceived notions about you, because in many respects, you're unrelatable. To most people, you're going to be unrelatable. But she's just, you know, I just thought she was just, like I said, so real, and she has it, but it doesn't have her. She just shows up. And I thought she was very authentic and very real. And she's the kind of person you're going to know exactly where you stand. I like that. Some people don't want that. Some people want you to be phony to them. And you know what I mean? I don't want that. I want to know exactly who you are. You know, don't present one thing and then behind my back, be you. And New York, I'm New York. So that's kind of the way our get down. That's the way we do things.
I was just gonna say, well, I'm from New York, honey. So you could tell me, just say it to my face. I don't care how harsh it is, and let's move on. Like I'm over something in like 10 seconds. If we just hash this out, why are we even talking about this now? That was 3 minutes ago. Let's move on.
Absolutely. We can agree to disagree. I can respect you and not really care for you. That you're just not my people, but I respect you.
Right.
Because I know exactly where. I like that. I like that in a person.
And that's what you got from Diana.
Yes, that's exactly what I got from Diane.
Why do you think the audience feels the opposite? Because people are having a hard time, you know, you say connecting with her.
Well, I think, again, it's.
Oof, you guys, that was hard to watch. It was comical. Let's get into it, guys. Let's get into it. Okay, did you guys catch, and I know you did, because you were my smart candy canes, and we're going to put on our candy cane critical thinking hats, right? Did you catch the number one most glaring thing about her interview? The number one most glaring thing? She never once mentioned Garcelle. How dirty and low and unloyal and ungrateful is that? So the girl that you've known for years, the girl that got you on the show, you never once gave a shout out to. You never once said, you know, oh, I came in neutral, but like, oh, I came in with my girl Garcelle. I've known her for years. Garcelle is great. She's so cool. You never once said her name. That is so grimy and so disgusting. And I really, really hope Garcelle is not allowing you in her circle anymore. I really hope so. Because to me, that was the number one most glaring thing. You had something to say, good or bad, neutral, flip-flop or otherwise, about every other woman on that show, except for the one woman who brought you on the show. Sheree, miss me with the fake and phoniness. I hope the check was worth it, okay? I hope the check you allegedly got from Diana was worth it, okay? That was the biggest thing. And as we all know, all of the other ladies, all of the ladies whose butt you were up, don't like Garcelle. They don't check for Garcelle, and they want Garcelle gone. And you didn't even mention her name in your entire interview. Disgusting. Now, let's get into what you did say. Let's break down what you did say. Number one, were you reading from notes? Because you looked down a lot. Maybe you had notes, what they told you to say. You looked down a lot. Anyway, your whole narrative was completely just so scripted, right? Like, oh, I came in as a viewer. No, you didn't come in as a viewer. You came in as a friend of Garcelle. But you didn't have the loyalty to say that. You didn't come in. If I joined the show, I would be coming in as a viewer because I don't actually know any of the ladies. You came as a friend of Garcelle. So number one, you already right there showed your disloyalty. And she says, I want to be fair. She blames editing and not getting the full context. That is pretty much what all those women say when they get exposed and when they get caught out there, right? So you already started out giving these women an out. And the funny part is the host, I don't know what his name is, but his podcast and show, it's called Behind the Velvet Rope, if anybody wants to go and support and want to credit where that came from. He was so funny because you could tell he was trying not to laugh and like call her out on his BS. He kept saying like, a lot of people say the opposite, right? So let's break down what she said about Erica. She said Erica tells the truth. Erica is honest, transparent, and takes responsibility. Erica does not tell the truth. Erica is not transparent. They literally called her the Ice Queen and that no one could get through to her. And she doesn't take responsibility for anything. She's literally trying to appeal, giving back blood diamonds. Like, how is that taking responsibility? She literally said alleged victims when there are living, breathing victims who are like, hi, I'm burned, I've been orphaned, I've been widowed, I've been hurt, I've been all of these things, and your husband stole from me. Like, Erica is none of those things, right? None of those things. Now, let's get to what she says about Diana. She says Diana is fair. Diana is super real. Diana has the best fashion. Now, when you said she had the best fashion, I knew you were on the payroll. If there was any doubt, girl, if there was any doubt, you lost it. Diana is not known for fashion. I don't care how much money you have. Diana is not a fashion girl by any means. Honestly, even though Dorit, it's kind of cheapy, not by cheap, I don't mean a number cheap, but I mean like, to me, it's kind of cheap if you just dress head to toe in designer. That's not style. You know what I mean? But I would say even like Dorit and Erica have better fashion than Diana. When you said Diana was a fashion girl, I was like, no, she's really paying you. She's really paying you. Also, don't forget the completely scripted line, she's got money, but money doesn't have her. You can't tell me she wasn't paid to say that. Like, you cannot tell me she wasn't paid to say that. First of all, how did you think of that on the spot talking about Diana, when all Diana does is talk about how much money and power and access and influence she has? That's literally the only thing she does. And she makes up stories that make no sense. First, she said that she was, really poor in Bosnia and she had to clean toilets. And then she was, a refugee in London with no papers, roughhousing it. And then in the same breath, she says that she's allergic to dust and she can't shop in stores. So the designers just send her stuff. Were you allergic to dust when you were cleaning toilets? Or did you magically develop a dust allergy when you were selling people for money, allegedly? When did you discover you had a dust allergy, Diana? Like, miss me with the BS. Miss me with the BS. She's never been a fashion girl at all. It's absolutely ridiculous, okay? Absolutely ridiculous. Now, let's get into what Diana said about Lisa Rinna. Maternal? I mean, the host almost gagged, and so did I. Lisa Rinna maternal? First of all, Lisa Rinna didn't even pay for her own children's trauma therapy. So how is she maternal because you're telling us this bogus story about her baking cookies for you when she refuses to even take care of her own children? How is that maternal? I'm really confused. Her daughter was talking about her ED. Her other daughter talked about ODing on Xanax and another prescription that she was taking. In the same breath, Lisa Rinna is talking about Xanax smoothies, that she carries around a bag full of pills, that everybody needs to take some cocktails and pop some pills. She was posting that on Instagram during the time that, unfortunately, her daughter has still been vocal about struggling with her addiction. How is that maternal, Sheree? I'm really confused. Also, I think it's very telling that she used the word maternal, right? Because what does maternal mean? Motherly, right? Motherly. What is the number one excuse Lisa Rinna has been giving for her bad behavior this entire season? The death of her what? Mother. So I don't think it's coincidence, because we don't believe in coincidence. We only believe in conspiracy over here at the Candy Cane community. I don't think it's a coincidence that Sheree used the word maternal, which means motherly, which is the number one excuse Lisa Rinna has been using all season for her poor behavior, is grieving the death of her what? Her mother, right? Her mother. It's all full circle. All full circle. They think they're getting one over on us, but they're really, really not. They're really, really not, okay? Girl, bye. Girl, bye. Now, the only people, and then I'll get into what she said about the other girls. So, the only people that she had positive things to say about was Diana, Erica, and Lisa Rinna. And you might be thinking, well, why? Number one, we already know that Diana, Lisa, and Erica are all in cahoots when it comes to this stuff, right? I think that Lisa Rinna comes up with the ideas. I think Erica is the hype person. And I think Diana is the money. I think they all three of them get together. Don't forget, they all went to that Hawaii trip together. And then after Hawaii, Botgate came out. The 100K donation to Lions Air came out. Diana's fake lawsuit to expose the people who did Botgate came out. All of this stuff started trickling out, right? So I think that Diana pays for coverage when it comes to herself, Lisa Rinna, and Erica, because as much as a pick-me Sheree is, Diana is also a pick-me. And I think Diana really wanted to be a pick-me by Lisa Rinna and Erica. And so just like she said at the reunion, well, I have the money. You should just come to me, blah, 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 blah. I'm sure she said that same BS to Lisa and Erica. Lisa comes up with the schemes. Erica hypes him up. Diana pays for it. I think they're all in on it. And I think that's how it goes down. That's how it goes down. And that's why she was windmilling for the three of them. Now, when it came to Kyle, oh, Kyle is Kyle. Right, Kyle is Kyle because Diana isn't paying you to protect Kyle. Because Kyle, even though Kyle is a part of the faux Fox 5, she's never been really a part of the inner circle. I think they've always used Kyle. I think they use Kyle for cover. And I think Kyle has been a part of the schemes, but Kyle's never been a part of the true inner circle, if that makes sense. Also, don't forget, this is coming after Kyle checked Erica and Aspen. And this is coming after Kyle exposed Lisa and Erica's publicist for leaking the Kathy Hilton drama. So I highly doubt that they were paying to protect Kyle. So she had no reason to windmill for Kyle because she wasn't being paid to. Okay, Sutton. She never really warmed to Sutton. She always had an attitude with her for whatever reason. Sutton was Sutton. She said interesting. And the way she said interesting reminded me of, remember how Diana came in hot for Sutton and she used that scripted line, oh, Sutton is clumsy with her words? It really reminded me of that. And again, people always tell on themselves, like her saying like, oh, Sutton was interesting. She's kind of kooky, you know? It reminded me of Diana saying she's clumsy with her words. Again, everything Sheree is saying is literally just echoing everything that the Mean Girls have said. Okay. She said Dorit was sweet. She was kind of neutral to her, the usual. Again, I think at this point, Erica had not turned on Dorit yet. As we all know, allegedly in the upcoming season, it's going to be Erica versus Dorit because allegedly Erica is pissed that Dorit is kind of riding the fence. She said she was her own island. She called her a wishy-washy, bitch, allegedly. But this was prior to that, right? So again, they were sort of like Lisa Rinna said, allegedly, Dorit was a useless idiot. So they're kind of just like neutral to her. So if you break down everything Sheree said in her interview, it literally just echoes every narrative, every fake news, every agenda that Diana, Lisa Rinna, and Erica wanted out there. And I just don't understand how you go into this interview saying that you're neutral, saying that you're seeing everybody for who they are, but yet you're literally just regurgitating what these women are telling you to say and probably paying you to say. And you never even said the name Garcelle, not even her name. That is just crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. So it just makes me think that the allegations are true. That Diana really was paying you to say all these things. She paid you to post about her on her birthday. And you did. Okay, now let's see what you guys are saying in the chat box. I'm just going to start right here. And let's go. Hey, Eileen, Sheree hates that Sutton is a much better friend to Garcelle. That part. I think she's very jealous of Sutton. I think she's jealous that Sutton has money and she has clean money. And I do think that she thinks if she gets rid of Sutton, then she could come in and get Sutton's diamond as Garcelle's BFF. But she was also playing the fence, like, hey, if it doesn't work out with Garcelle, let me go and play the fence with the mean girls. But when you are loyal to everyone, it means that you are disloyal to everyone. You know what I mean? And to me, Sheree, girl, you played yourself. Like, you really played yourself. Hey, Jacob. The moment I saw Sheree low-key coming for Sutton, I knew she couldn't be trusted, and Garcelle would have been next if she's given another season. Hopefully she's gone. I agree 100%. I do think that Sheree is gone. She wasn't even invited to the reunion, so I'm pretty sure she's gone. Don't forget, there was also those rumors that Bravo was saying that Sheree was not rating very well with the African-American demographic. Duh, because nobody wants to see Sheree come for Garcelle. Hey, April. She goes, Sheree lost me when she started being shady to Sutton. Exactly. Hey, Selma. Rena is a pick-me. Eric is a pick-me. Dorit is a pick-me. And Kyle is a pick-me. Hey, Foxy. Right, Eileen Bradley. So true. Hey, Karma Collective. When you click as friends. Yes. Hey, Bianca Bayer. She goes, she is Diana's parrot. Yes, she is a paid mouthpiece. A paid mouthpiece. Hey, Karma Collective. I just hope Garcelle gets work. Garcelle will get work. Oh my gosh. Yes, Garcelle stays working. She's good. Hey, Foxy. Sheree's the Mean Girl's new lapdog. I mean, honestly, I think she was auditioning for the role of Teddy. You know what I mean? It's like, who wants to be the new Teddy? And Sheree was like, me, pick me. I'll be the new Teddy. What do you want me to say? I'll say whatever you want. Hey, Sunny. She goes, I really need to make Dorit just a friend of the show. She's a bore. I agree 100%. To be honest, they don't even need to bring her back at all. Like, I don't know what Dorit brings to the show. Quiet as it's kept, I don't think she's that fashionable. And I don't think her hair is that amazing and great. And it's like, and this isn't about race or anything. I'm just talking about styles. It's like whenever a white woman wears her hair like a black woman, all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, your hair is so stylish and crazy and blah, and these extensions and blah, 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 blah. It's like, girl, they've been doing that on Real Housewives of Atlanta for years. Like, what are you talking about? Like the ponytails and the extensions and all of that stuff. Like, it's a part of our culture, right? So I don't even think that she gives that. Like, her marriage to me is questionable. Everything is questionable. I agree. Hey, April, I wonder how long Sheree can stand to hold a conversation with Dirty Diana. There's got to be a big bucks in it, because no, ma'am. I definitely think she was on Diana's payroll. Hey, Karma, they need to get a Dorit a hairstylist. Tragic. Hey, Candy Dean. She goes, if Bravo lets this slide and doesn't address this, it's going to crazy putting it out there. Who's who with me? Exactly. I mean, Bravo's letting too much slide. Eileen Bradley says so true. Karma Collective says Sutton is going nowhere. Neither is Garcelle. That part, they are the queens. Hey, Thomas, wait, I just tuned in. What's going on? If you've just tuned in, you've got to start this from the beginning. I do a deep dive into everything, so just go back and replay and start from the beginning. Hey, Jersey girl at comma, tired of her braid. That part. Hey, Foxy. Sheree did not say one nice word about Sutton. Not a single nice word. Like, why the shade? Hey, A Pray. Sheree attached herself to a sinking ship, aka Diana. That part. This is the thing. I think Sheree was just thirsty for some money. Maybe she just was going through it. Again, I don't like to talk about people's wallets or finances in a sense of shaming if they're going through a tough time financially. I mean, the world right now, it's may or may not be in a recession, everything that's happening, you know what I mean? So I never like to shame people for where they are financially, because you could be in a good place one day and literally in a second that could all be taken away. So I don't like to ever shame people for that. But I will say, it just seems like Sheree might be, I don't know, like she might just be in a bind right now, and that's why she's selling out. I'm just trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know. Am I being naive? Just let me know. Hey, Glenn Jones. Diana looks like an 80s boy. Hey, LaDon. I'm glad that I'm not the only one side-eyeing Sheree. I've never liked her from day one. That part. Hey, A Pray, now they're both gone. Laughing my A off. Gotta love karma. Ugliness and jealousy never wins. I mean, to quote Nene, you never win when you play dirty. You never win when you play dirty. Hey, Eileen, we just saw an interview with Sheree and we don't like her. Not and we don't like her. Hey, Donna. She goes, don't forget Kyle is spearheading the anti-Kathy line. Exactly. Kyle was in on it. She just didn't like it that they hijacked her plan for their own reasons. Hey, Foxy. Hey, Jersey girl. Hey, Tammy. Foxy says, burrito is a doormat, just like Sheree. That part. Hey, Tammy, I completely agree. Hey, A, Pray, get rid of Renna, demote her to a friend of Diana, Dorito, and Erica. Bring back LVP, Denise, and Camille. I like that, actually. I actually really like that. I think that would be really fun. Really, really fun. Hey, Jersey girl. She goes, no, I really don't like Dorit fashion. She looked like she had a bathing suit cover up on for the reunion. She looked like a hot mess. And did you guys see her at BravoCon? What the hell was she wearing? It was like gold mesh and like these weird chains, and then the hair looked just like a mess. She looked like, and I don't mean any disrespect to Christina Aguilera. She looks like a poor man's version of Christina Aguilera. Like, it was just really bad. And I like Christina, so no disrespect to Christina. This was more of a shade to Dorit. Hey, Yvonne, the only thing Dorit does is look at my Gucci. You like my Fendi? Shake my head. Exactly. Hey, Bianca, no, demote Renna needs to go. Hey, Jersey girl, when can I get my cornrows? LOL. Exactly. Hey, A Pray, love for Cambridges to come back and make a power team with Kathy and Garcelle. I think Sheree is also jealous how close Kathy and Garcelle got this season. That part. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Hey, Selma. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate the super sticker so much. Selma says she by Sheen. I mean, listen, Sheree was asking for donations for people. She was like praying for people or something like that. And then she allegedly was selling, knockoff designer items, but she had to stop it because the feds were like, hey, it's illegal to sell counterfeit goods. Allegedly. Tobias says, I can't stand her presenting herself as Will Smith's ex when you only know him to be with Jada, non-factor Sheree. Oh, bloop. Hey, Jersey girl, 100% Kyle was in on it. Yeah, I really think she was. Hey, A Pray, Dorit gives wash-up stripper vibes from the early 2000s. Karma Collective, the Mobs got to the reels clothes at BravoCon. I mean, she was looking like a hot mess. I mean, a super hot mess. Ooh, you guys. Ooh. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you think Hey, Foxy, Candy, you are so spot on about Sheree. Thank you. Eileen says, please send this link to Garcelle. Actually, you guys, that could actually help me a lot. If you want to help out, definitely like this video. That would help me so much. And subscribe. And just like Eileen said, please share. You know, I'm definitely trying to grow. So share this video, share my channel, share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook. Share it in any groups that you talk about Bravo or Real Housewives or conspiracy or whatever. That would just really help if you share the video, share the channel, and definitely like and subscribe. Ooh, you guys. Yes, yes, yes. Karma says, never choose money over friendship. That part. Because quiet as it's kept, Garcelle probably could have helped you more than Diana could have. I mean, Garcelle got you on the show. She's like, girl, I led you to the water, but I can't make you drink. I can't make you drink. Sunny says the exposure between Diana, Rinna, Kyle, and Erica this season was the diamond on the cake. Exactly. Kathy, Garcelle, and Sutton did their part. That part. Donna Pound says, I'm living for this. Y'all are awesome. Yay! G. Soria says, Salmonella, low cast, old money whispers, and new money screams. Karma Collective, Chanel Ayan looks stunning at BravoCon. Foxy says, yes, Garcelle needs to know about this Sheree. She really does. She really does. Tobias says, at Donna Pound, you are so sweet. I know. We're having fun, you guys. We're having fun. And if you're having fun, please support me. It's a free way to support. Like, subscribe, and share. Hey, Tammy, I will share. You're amazing. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Eileen says, I kept forgetting Sheree was on the show, right? They really just kind of like X Sheree out. Like they really just kind of edited her out of the show. Salma says, how about Sutton? Sutton's amazing. Sutton is great. She's cute. Hey, Karma 276. That's right. Tap those likes. Tap those likes. Get them up. Tobias says, I missed the I missed the whole thing. I have to rewatch. That's right. Go ahead and rewatch. Thank you, Jersey Girl. Candy, love watching your videos. Yay. Thank you. That's right. Drop those candy canes. Drop them, drop them, drop them. All right, you guys, we have been on here for almost an hour. So let me know your thoughts. Drop them down below in the comment box if you're watching on the replay or now if you're watching live. What do you think? Do you think that this sort of cosigns, substantiates the allegations that Diana Jenkins is buying and bullying her way to good press to combat her reputation as being racist, to combat her reputation as being behind Botgate, to combat her reputation as being a high-class madame, to combat her reputation of being a child and human sex trafficker? Like, do you think that she's just using her money, most likely ill-gotten money? Don't forget that she also fled the UK, London, because her and her ex-husband both got criminal. Well, I'm not sure if she got criminal charges charged, but I know that she was implicated in criminal charges from the UK against her ex-husband, Roger Jenkins, for fraud. For allegedly, he did some very fraudulent things while he was at Barclays, and they fled from the UK to America, very similar to what PK and Dorit did, where, PK and Dorit filed for bankruptcy and in the UK, and then they fled to United States with all of the money. So it's a lot, you guys. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. I will actually link a video that I did on the whole PK Barclays Diana Jenkins connection. I will link that down below in the description box if you guys want to go back and watch that. But this has been so much fun. Put your thoughts down below. What do you think about Sheree? I mean, I'm happy she's not coming back. I'm happy that she wasn't at the reunion. She would have been just a waste of time and space and all of that. And I absolutely love you guys. This has been and is just so much fun. You candy canes, you hold me down. I have so much fun doing this. I'm going to say it, I have the best community on YouTube. Y'all are the best. I love y'all. And I will be back with more videos, with more tea, and always with more conspiracies. So with that, you guys, I love you. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, and please share. Check out the description box below, and also shop the Love collection. Dun, 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 dun. It is not She by Sheree or She by Sheen. All right, you guys, I love you so much, and I'll talk to you later. Mwah. Bye.
Welcome to Sugar Pills, a practical guide to self-care, where your host, writer, actor, and producer Candy Washington helps you live a more joyful life with a cheeky dash of pop culture news. Be sure to subscribe, leave a 5-star review, and join the conversation on Instagram at Candy Washington. Let's go.